And now we are getting into the sections of listening from our customers who are actually using Google Cloud. And the question that you can ask, Cloud, do you do FTMO? And with that, I would like to ask gentlemen from FTMO and from Revolgy to join me on the stage and to have an interview and discuss how FTMO started their journey with Google Cloud and where they are right now. Gentlemen, the stage is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Not sure, can you hear me? Perfect. So my name is Miroslav Vlasák. I'm a CEO of Revolgy, and we are here with great customers and friends to share the story of FTMO and the cloud transformation. So they will introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to see the full audience. My name is Marek. I'm CTO and co-founder of FTMO. FTMO is Prague-based company. We are an online prop trading company focused on trading and traders from all around the world. We started with one virtual machine. I'm originally not a developer, not a DevOps guy. But with my colleague here, Andrej, we kind of transferred our infrastructure fully to Kubernetes. And for several years, with help with Revolgy, running our business with all the technologies we can. It was crazy ride, and hopefully we can share some of our experience today.
Hello. Yeah, it doesn't work, I think. Well, hello guys, my name is Dominik Hašek. Not that famous goalkeeper, not even his son or anything, but account executive in Revolgy and trying to get most from the cloud with these gents as their main point of contact and build a great relationship with them.
Yeah. So hi everyone, I'm Andrej, and together with my DevOps team at FTMO, we are building a platform for all of our developers and other IT teams to build their applications, host them, operate them, and to facilitate the needs of the business as best as we can.
Excellent. So a little bit about Revolgy. We are a Google Cloud Premier partner. We are a Prague headquartered company, and we are helping the customers like FTMO to utilize the benefits of cloud fully. Maybe I will start with what FTMO actually does.
So I will maybe tell it a little bit on the story, how it all started, because then it's like kind of example, so you can find out what we are doing. Like 10 years ago, me and my partner Otakar, we were university students, and we wanted to make living from trading, online trading, financial markets. That's the only thing we were thinking about. So we didn't spend much time in the university, to be honest. And it's quite difficult if you are like beginner trader, you are university student, you don't have much of money you can actually risk or trade with. And if you want to make it professionally, it's quite difficult to find some company who would be interested in you, because those world famous company, they are interested in MIT guys, Harvard guys, and so on. If you tell them that you are from University of Economics in Prague, even if I like my alma mater, it doesn't sound that cool, right? And it's quite difficult to actually get in company like this. You need to pass several rounds of interviews, logical tests, psychology interview with psychologists, and so on. And we found an interesting idea in the United States those 10 years ago. And we were thinking this is something interesting we could do a little bit differently, and we believe a little bit better. The thing was that basically you let anyone around the world, anyone who wants to trade, you let him trade on simulated account, pretty much on demo, with real life market data. So that means if Bitcoin is going up, it's also going up in our simulated environment. On this environment, we are testing the traders and analyzing the data, whether they might be, potentially successful in the future, and we could make some money together. With this idea, we came up with so-called FTMO challenge, which is our product. And you basically test your trading skills. You trade online on simulated account, and if you are good enough, we sign contract with you, and then we are rewarding you for your trading activity with real money. So you trade simulated, you're not risking your capital, but you can earn a lot of money which are real. So basically we are making this dream of a trader becoming true, because only one thing you want to do is to actually trade for a living. So our goal is to actually facilitate this dream to anyone around the world, and just to make traders happy and successful.
Perfect, thank you. Out of curiosity, how many people is like having this full-time job, and for how many do you have the statistics? It's like side gig?
To be honest, I don't have the statistics, and that's something very nice about the trading. You can actually find your trading style, which is exactly for you, which fits you and fits your schedule, right? So there is kind of guys who are actually spending 15 hours per day by the screen, and they are literally trading all day long. Then you need to focus on the trading, you need to make some preparation, and so on, so on. Then you can ask trader number 2, and he can tell you that in the morning he will read some news and stuff, make his analysis, then set some limit orders to the market and just waits what happened. And in the evening, before he goes to sleep, he'll check what's going on and what is the profit or loss, right? So there is completely different approaches to trading. We are more focused on the actively trading guys, because we want to, have the working capital and not long-term investments. So it pretty much depends on you. I believe that our product is in majority used as a, let's say, side hustle. But if I can make an example, that our average payout for the traders is around $4,000, and you can have up to 2 payouts in 1 month. And last year, the record payout was $1 million. The guy made it in 3 weeks. I believe that this is pretty good side hustle.
Yeah, that's super cool. I also see a nice connection, because you are providing this technology for the traders to simplify and enable this for them. So this is something similar that we do using the great products of Google Cloud, being it GCP or Google Workspace, and simplify the access to technology to the customers of ours. So maybe a good time to basically, tell the narrative about what was the beginning from the infrastructure perspective, and what was the journey from your point of view, and how the technology is actually one of the key drivers of the FTMO business.
Yeah, I think this is quite fun story, because I remember that day. And as I was saying, I'm not coming from IT, right? I had to learn everything throughout our journey. Today, I don't even have any more access to my JetBrains tools and so on, because I'm kind of forbidden to develop anymore. But I remember from the first time that we had like shared web hosting, then first virtual machine. On this first virtual machine, we had like a database, and we were setting up first database model. It cost like $1 per month, because it was some trial product. Then I remember we had like 200 VMs running our applications there, mainly for analysis, and it was all like manual work. And imagine if you need to do something with 200 instances, right? But I would pass it to Andrej to tell you more about what is FTMO now, because as I said, from that $1 to $1 million spent, I think it's completely different story, and I believe all of you are interested in what's going on now and all the cutting edge technologies.
Yeah, so like you mentioned on the keynote, FTMO had cloud hosting from the beginning, but it was very manual and wasn't designed for long term, which is sometimes a really good idea, because you want to focus on the business and actually getting things done before you plan for the long term. But then after some time, we really were looking for partners who could help us do things better, do things in optimal ways, and help us scale, which was a really big issue at the beginning. Like we had to, every couple of weeks, we would have to look through the VMs, see which are not doing great, and plan upgrades, and this went on and on. And then we had to really focus on making things more flexible, scalable. And yeah, we settled on Kubernetes, on GKE. And now we're basically providing a self-service platform for developers, which is really offers flexibility and great performance and also observability for our teams. And that ultimately brings the value to business.
And what about AI, as it's a really huge topic everywhere? How do you utilize AI and which cases?
Yeah, so at the beginning we were playing with like all of the new features that Vertex AI brings. It was the simplest for us, and we saw some great results in the beginning. But there is a huge like responsibility for which data you use to train the AI or to search through data, and this is where we're currently working on. What we're currently working on, it's getting all of the data together and in some reasonable format, so the AI can understand it better. And like Marek mentioned, it's a great tool to search through data, visualize, answer questions based on data, and it just enhances the capability of our employees on day-to-day basis and also traders potentially.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, maybe to Marek again. Where do you see the biggest opportunities for the business going forward to the future? And do you see any opportunity with this, AI augmentation of your people being more productive or more creative?
Well, what should I say, right? Of course. I see it kind of everywhere. I'm not like the biggest geeky guy who would be doing with AI everything from, morning till the evening. But, from this small stuff like in workspace, when I'm writing emails or whatever, I'm all day long on thousands of meetings, and between those meetings I need to also do something. So even in workspace, like a huge help. If we move forward to the productivity, I think it's pretty much everywhere. With FTMO, we are trying to right now leverage all the tools we can around the company. Actually, as we've seen on the keynote, right? You can use it from security to day-to-day basis on marketing guys making content, so it's pretty much everywhere. I don't think it will replace jobs. I think it will actually enable everyone to be much more powerful, to do things much more easier, faster, and all of us will be, more productive. For things I had to have people and ask them, please deliver me something. Now I can actually do it quite often myself, right? I don't think it's like a golden tool for everything. I'm still super happy about our brains because it's the best invention we've ever seen. But it's a great tool. I believe that now the task for all of us will be to actually learn how to work with it to, leverage the power to the maximum.
Yeah, I can only second to that because I also believe that the human brain will prevail, and it's about being augmented by this, perfect AI tooling. I think it's important to realize they are in the worst case they will ever be. It will just get better over the time, and I think there is a great opportunity to start, working and playing with it soon enough. Because it will basically get into the stage that it will alleviate you from the mundane task. So everything which is like routine, repeatable, etc., you will just delegate it to your AI agent, and you can focus for the high added value job, whatever you are doing and what you need to deliver to make the company successful. You touched the security topic, so maybe this is to Andrej again. How do you see the security posture right now, and if you can share a bit about this angle?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been fortunate that security was our hobby or side hustle for a long time. So everyone on my team is very excited to read upon new discoveries or new ways to attack infrastructure and services. So we've been doing it from the beginning, trying to either hack our own infrastructure, try some new ways to get in and stuff like this. So, but it was always just to make us feel better, right? We built this and we want to prove it's secure. And then we had also external teams, which I think is really important, because if you just look at your own stuff that you made and try to get in, basically, where you shouldn't, you always have this bias, like, I designed it this way, so it's probably doing this. But some other people might come in and completely change your perspective and decide, no, this is actually how it works, even though you wanted it to work this way. So we combine both internal testing and external pen testing to discover issues before they surface. And this has been very successful for us. And yeah, we're undergoing certification right now, and Revolgy is also helping us with that. We're making our systems more resilient, and yeah, there are some great tools on the GCP, like the security posture, which we are now using. It's really cool. We kind of didn't know it existed because we're so deep in the APIs and code. We didn't really use the dashboards, but it's good. Check it out. And yeah, that's what we're doing.
I can also maybe comment a little bit from the point of view of owner of the company, right? I think it's really great for me that I have guys like these, because they really like it, and you find out if they do something they like, right? When we have some attack, DDoS or whatever, quite usually those basic attacks are like defended and we don't even know about it, right? But then you have someone who really focus on you. And we several times experienced that we were actually fighting real time with them. And those guys were literally sitting and doing changes on the infrastructure so we can actually defend the attacks. And it's quite funny how they like it. I am nervous as crazy during those times, but they are like, oh, that was amazing, thank you, blah, blah, blah. They were working like 16 hours, you know, throughout the night or whatever, but they like it. And what I wanted to say is that GCP or Google is giving you a lot of tools you might not even know that you are actually using, right? As we are based even on the Google Workspace, there is the basic protection for all the user accounts and so on. And quite usually the easiest attacks are the users, right? Your employees and so on. And Google is taking care of it pretty well. We have like 80 or 90 people working remotely. So trust me, I don't know all the locations where they are. And from time to time, Google sends me an email that we disable some account because of someone potentially malicious try to log in to some of our employees' account. And then next to me, my CEO is calling me that our colleague Rami in Lebanon was actually blocked and what we can do. So it's quite funny how, without using all the tools actually can be used in GCP, even the basic level of protection is super cool. That's I'm happy about be with Google. And definitely it's also good to have a partner with us, because if something happens, we can just, you know, give a call to Revolgy and try to, if we have some issue, try to actually solve it. And it's always good if you have someone, not just your internal people who knows everything, but it's sometimes always good to have some external idea which then can help much faster solve some issues.
Yeah, and it's also really common that, for example, we go through audit and we suddenly have a requirement for some data that we need to collect, or some system which we needs to detect some malicious activities and stuff like this. And oftentimes we discover, oh wait, we already have that's already built in. We just need to use it more and know that it exists. And that's where, yeah, partners can help us discover what we actually have access to and how to use it best.
Yeah, I think this is also, you know, one of the key aspects of cloud that is not talked so much about. And basically, in the previous life, you had to, you know, focus on a lot of activities and processes and be sure that you do this in the particular frequency, then with the Google Cloud products, you realize that it's there by design. You just, there's another level of abstraction. It's done for you. You can do something with more added value because this is just done automatically for you, which I think is incredible. Maybe if I may, because now it's like dreamy and shiny, everything. Is there any fuck-up story that you would like to share?
So many fuck-up stories, but I don't want. I'm not sure whether I want to share. Right? It's always difficult because sometimes they ask me, "Tell us some fuck-up you experienced," and I'm not sure what I cannot share. But I'm not sure whether with cloud related. But let's say that I remember sometimes when I was doing something during the night and I couldn't sleep, so I opened up my laptop with my database client. Now sounds crazy already, right? And I just did something, and it was those times when I had all the accesses, rights, and everything, and I just could do whatever I wanted. And I needed something fast, so I literally were using some queries on production, and forgot to limit my queries. So let's say that back then we had 20,000 active accounts which we were monitoring, and it was let's say around our peak back then. Now we are working with 200,000 and we are ready for some even more scale. But back then 20K was quite a lot. And with these my night queries, I've started up 190,000 accounts from past 6 years. So everything was started blowing. Thanks to some scalability, we were able to manage those few hours before we, shut down the fire. And thanks to my guys, we were able to actually make it done. Then almost nobody found out. I wanted to also touch we were discussing about how in cloud you have all those products and so on. I have one negative thing. Can I share? Sure. The negative thing is that it's so many products there, right? It's it's overwhelming, and it's quite difficult to actually, to be honest, we don't even have time to test everything and actually find something what is valuable for you and so on. I think that I am a kind of guy who is giving a lot of freedom on our IT, and if guys will come and want to test some new products, some new technology, I'm always trying to be open-minded, even if it's quite expensive. But you actually need a lot of time and focus to find the best value you can get from the cloud. Sometimes might be overwhelming, and I'm saying that because we are also hiring on DevOps. So if somebody is interested, let us know.
I can maybe share one more, not a huge issue that we had, but it limited our effectiveness, I would say. At the beginning, we really tried to avoid vendor lock-in, even though we wanted to move to cloud to use the new technologies, orchestration and CI/CD tools and everything. We did everything ourselves, even though it was running on Google Cloud. We tried to really avoid vendor lock-in, and it was exciting for us. We get to manage more technologies. That's awesome. We get to learn more stuff. But then suddenly we realized we're back where we started. We have 200 moving pieces which we need to manage, and scaling teams and operations, it's much more difficult, I think, than scaling just infrastructure which is designed well and managed. So that's a fuck up, which I think we also went through. And I'm glad we're doing things differently these days.
Quick free comments to what was said. So I can definitely relate to that because playing and fiddling is what you as an engineer love, of course. But at the end of the day, you need to focus on what's important for the company. And you need to have one thing, and the most important is how I will help FTMO to grow. That's basically it. Comment number 2 about this overwhelming stuff. I think this is the role of the partner. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about understanding the business and coming up and suggesting the ideas. Hey, this technology can help you in this area of the vector of the business that you are following through. So that's number 2. And number 3, to the fuck up Maro you shared, I understand why they disabled your accesses now.
Maybe guys, just a curious question. Why have you chosen GCP over other providers or on-prem solution?
Well, it was pretty easy choice because I had Gmail from the times when it was free to have it on custom domain, and Google was always like number 1. And as we found first our guys to the DevOps team, we were like all of us the preferable option. Definitely there are other choices, but Google is actually doing everything what we need, and I believe that also because of the, let's say, user experience. I find it, and maybe it's just personal feeling, but I find it very easy to use, and I'm not anymore this API coding kind of guy, so I can actually be clicking a lot of stuff. So these are the reasons why we are happily with Google.
Yeah, and I can also add on that, like, we've tried other providers, other clouds, other tier service providers, and oftentimes, like, the documentation is not that great, right? There's niche products, niche communities, and it's difficult to get either community support or to find somebody who's worked with certain technologies, and for us, it was really more productive to stick what's most common. And when it comes to AI, there's like no real huge competition currently. So even when on the innovation side of things, we're really happy where we are.
Okay, perfect. Great to hear that. Any closing remarks you want to share? Anything which is FTMO 2025 ahead of you that you feel is worth to share and you are able to share, of course?
To be honest, I don't even know. There is so many things happening in FTMO, like every single day, that I don't think that there is one thing to be shared. I'm kind of, happy to see how all of us are excited about the technologies and what's coming, because I think it's life-changing what's happening right now, and all of us, we should be happy that we are living in this phase of tech world, because it's crazy to live, from one year to another, how fast we can progress. That's amazing, and yeah, definitely thank you, Revolgy and Google, to having us here, and for all of you. Maybe it's expected from me, but I think it's a good one to have a partner for the Google Cloud, because as was mentioned, sometimes it's overwhelming, and if you have someone who can call, it's always good one. And I can also say that several times Andrej is approaching me and he's like, hey, Marek, guys from Revolgy told me that we should do this and that. So definitely find your partner.
Thank you. So, guys, one more, surprise to the end. Do not hesitate to swing up. Our booth is on the 2nd floor. There is a huge prize to be won. It's this epic Lego set. So we are happy to have you and host you there. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your time and your partnership and friendship. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you all for sharing this insightful information, how we are using GCP. Just few organizational informations. Now we have a break till